Hey guys, I am Foxtrot Delta, and welcome back once again to Cosmoteer. It's been a while, but I felt it was time to make another video of this. Now, you may remember, or you probably do remember, this Enterprise that I built a while back, the Enterprise Mark V, using the ABH version. It's just called Mark V because there were 4 other iterations before it. There's no special real other significance to that. But the reason why I'm making this video is because one of you sent me a whole bunch of ships in Cosmoteer, and you did not create the ship itself. The hull came from another source, and I will have the links to these ships, or to the ships' hulls, in the description down below. But what you did was you updated all the ships so that they had all the proper weapon systems, and you furnished their interiors, so they actually are combat capable now. They aren't just hull designs. So, we're going to be looking at one of those today. I do plan to use more of them in the future, but I don't have that much time, so there's at least one of them I want to take a look at that really blew my mind. Now, I will scroll... Actually, I think I can scroll through them, but I will just use one ship really in this battle I'm going to set up today. So, here we have the Armstrong class from the 11 mod. Look at this thing. Well, like I said, the links to these ships will be in the description down below. They won't be furnished with engines and weapons and shields and whatnot, most likely. But they will have the basic hull design so you guys can outfit them however you want. We also have the Centaur class. Moving on down. Let's see. We have the... oh, by the way, I did upgrade my huge rail system, if I can just spawn it in. One of you suggested I do seal off the sections, and indeed I did. You can see those hull plates right there, so each section is self-contained, so the crew are a lot less confused when trying to reload the railgun. But I'm going to stop getting distracted by that. We also have a Miranda class. We have an Ares class. The Constitution class, 1701, and there's a Yeager class here. Let me see, anything else that I was sent? That's mine. Oh, and a Stargazer test. So I believe that's the Constellation class. What we are going to be looking at today is this, the Yeager class. Now, all these ships look fantastic, and they have weapon systems and shields, but earlier I was testing this Yeager class, and I thought it would be obliterated by my vessels. I was completely wrong. So let me just remove these from the game. We're going to go back up to my ships here. So you guys remember seeing this attack my vessels in the past. Here's my command cruiser that I use in multiplayer sometimes. I'm going to set both of these ships on AI normal, and I'm just going to show you how powerful my Enterprise Mark V is over here. And then we're going to put it up against the Yeager class and see how it performs. And the results might shock you, or they might not, or they might shock me. Maybe it won't go the way that I thought it will. So, let's unpause. Weapons are firing, quantum phasers. Look at that. We just obliterated the front of the command cruiser. The whole ship is on fire. The starboard weapons array and engine pod is gone. If we go here, everything is falling apart. This escape pod was just destroyed. I'm going to... Let's see. I will... select this, turn that on, select these. I said select these, there we go. Turn those on. And now, okay, I'm going to detonate that explosive charge. Detonate that explosive charge, it's on fire anyway. Slow it down to 1/4 speed. And... major hull damage. Oh, we just lost the port thruster on this escape pod, but it is active. I am going to set the flight direction to this. I will turn off its AI. We're gonna get out of here. We gotta get out of this thing. It's just a hulk of burning metal. Oh! Never mind. The escape pod was destroyed. But yeah, that is the power of the ABH mod. I also have conventional weapons on here as well, the simple lasers and missiles. So, now that I have all that shenanigans done, I will respawn in my... Actually, let's clear everything just in case. Now, Enterprise Mark V, using the ABH mod. Here it is. And let's also grab the Yeager Class, which actually dwarfs my ship. It's actually larger. I thought my ship was pretty darn huge, but this thing is gigantic in comparison. Let's put it here now. Which will win? The Enterprise Mark V ABH or the Yeager Class? You guys have seen what it can do in Star Trek Legacy. And one thing that I've noticed about this design, and I don't know if this was on purpose, or if it just doesn't make sense to me. We have all of these warp cores, okay? And we know warp cores use matter and antimatter, but if you look, there's not a single antimatter pod on this whole thing. So I don't know what exactly is powering this. There's no antimatter on the ship at all. Although actually, I will test something after this battle because I think I'll be able to... Okay, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to test something afterwards. So the Jaeger test versus the Enterprise Mark V, we're going to set both of them to normal AI. Set this one to player 2. And prepare to be amazed, guys. No damage to their shields. They've obliterated the port side of the primary hull. Shields are gone. No visible damage to the Yeager class. Nothing. There's nothing here. The entire primary hull is destroyed. It's only a matter of time before the antimatter tanks rupture. Yikes. We just lost the port nacelle. We have 2 antimatter tanks. The warp core is here. And there is still a control room. There is a control room up here, which is no longer there. And there also was a control room in the star drive section. Right here, we're auto-saving for some reason. Yikes. This thing is armed with pulse phasers and regular phasers and quantum torpedoes. And I think that, I think we're done. I think, oh, okay, this ship will survive, kind of, in that the antimatter tanks were not destroyed, but I will destroy them anyway, just for dramatic effect. There we go. Kaboom. And let's look at the, Yeager class. Let's see if there was any damage done. Minor damage to the port nacelle. Shields are still holding. Some to starboard as well. Now, the thing that I'm concerned about is if I attempt to jump this to another system, will we run out of fuel? Because like I said, there's no antimatter on this, and the warp cores do need antimatter. At least they're supposed to need antimatter. So let's see about... how do I... Okay, this is the map I'm looking for. There we go. Let's do that. Plot FTL jump. I'm not really sure why it's doing that. Well, let's just engage anyway, I think. It's a little glitchy. And we're here. Yeah, I don't know where it's getting power from. It's just getting unlimited power. Oh, or is it from the fusion generators? No. The little fusion generators. No. These are their own power source. But there's no antimatter. I'm confused. So, as you guys saw, we annihilated my version of the Enterprise. So now we have no choice but to let's see about repairing the whole thing. Okay. Now, I will also set this back to player 1. We're gonna send a little Armada after it. So we're gonna put 2 of these. Heck, make it 3 of these. And then we also will that's the stock version. Quantum phasers. There we go. Let's see what this little fleet can do. Everyone to normal AI. Yeager class. Player 2, come on, you can do it. There we go, and let's watch this carnage unfold. Oh my computer can't handle this. Half speed. I just saw a flurry of torpedoes. Oh my gosh. Let's separate the ship if we can. Oh, we need to slow this down again. Come on, work with me here. Whoa. I guess the shields went down. Look at that. Would you look at that? Whoa. That was something I was not expecting. Hold on. I think that ship's done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Come on. Let's select these 3 ships. I will remove them. I will remove. Somehow I thought the Yeager Class was going to win. But now I just want to know, has this thing sustained enough damage to completely just be destroyed? Is it done? Can it recover from this? Is there any ship to recover? Nope, there goes the starboard nacelle. Port nacelle doesn't exist. Oh, we just lost, I think, the whole chain of warp cores. Yikes. This is... Wow. I wondered... What would happen if we took... Come on. One of these Yeager Class ships, wherever I put it. Is it up here? Is it up? No, I just looked right past it. And there it is. Okay, let's take this one. Put it up against 3 of these little fellers. There we go. 3 NX Class ships using quantum phasers. Guys are a normal AI. We're gonna set these guys to player 2. Just destroyed one. Oh, wow. Look at that. The NX Class ships just demolished the Yeager Class. I am genuinely shocked. What type of torpedoes were these armed with? I thought they were just simple photons. But they are not just simple photons. Wow. Okay, so we can see it was the NX Class quantum phaser version that took out the Jaeger. Let's try... Let's see. Let's see here. Let's see what will happen if we do... I'm looking. Okay, let's just get a bunch of these Enterprises now. Actually, 3. So, 3 NX Class ships are enough to destroy this. Will 3 of my Enterprises be enough to destroy this? I genuinely have no idea. Because I thought the Enterprises were more powerful, but I may have been completely wrong in that assessment. Wow. A lot of things are happening at once. Okay, yeah, the Enterprises can also destroy the Yeager Class. And now, there's one last thing. I've been recording for a while. It's been about 13, 14 minutes. So there's one last thing I want to try out, and then we will be done. I don't want to waste any more of you guys' time. I'm sure you have better things to do. But I want... Let me see. Now, this ship does not have escape pods, but I made several fleets a while back. Let's get this one here, too. Any other... gunboat fleet. There we go. And we have a scalpel squadron using the ion beams. None of my ships, actually, have been refitted with the railguns. Although I did make a railgun ship, which is the railgun cruiser here. Here's an earlier version, but this one has more armor. I'll also get one of these. Let's detonate all of these, I hope. Nothing breaks. Okay. Everything is fine. So we have an entire fleet here. Okay. It's a lot of stuff. Now we're gonna put up 2 Yeager Class ships. I think 2 should be enough to destroy this entire force of vessels that use just conventional weaponry. So let's put one back here where they won't expect it, and another one up front. And let's see how they respond. So all of them, AI normal. I think this is going to be complete and utter carnage in favor of the Yeager Class ships. I think they will win. So player 2, let's leave this at 1/4 speed, I think. Okay. Ooh, they actually punctured right through the Yeager Class's shields with one of those railguns. But this ship is also firing. And they are making the port side of this command cruiser disappear. Now, one thing I have changed with this railgun cruiser, I don't think I showed it to you before, or I can't recall if I've shown this specific design to you before, but it has 3 railguns here, this one being the most powerful in the middle. Not nearly as long as my huge one, though. But I discovered that you can put angled armor in here. I'm going to hit pause. You can put angled armor in here, and the railgun slugs will slide right between them. And it's actually better than just not putting this armor here, because then there's less space for enemy rounds and cannon rounds and missiles to get in. And at the same time, you can still shoot, so it really defends these railguns quite well, especially the center one. Now let's take a look at the fleet. This Yeager Class is undamaged, it looks like, although the front shields are buckling. It's taken out, it's completely gutted, the second gunboat in this squadron. This is also the second one. Oh, this is probably the second one from over here. This is the second one from over here. Okay. Ooh, we also have a second command cruiser back here. I forgot I had that, actually. One of the scalpels has lost its front left side armor plate. That's okay. This guy's attempting to break through his shields. This Aggressor class vessel, I just made it a while back and I decided to incorporate it into my fleet. It's called the Aggressor. It has no front. But the thing about this ship, I made great care to design this vessel so that if all of the reactors inside were destroyed, it would still have its command center intact, so it could still maneuver for a few seconds after all of its power sources were destroyed, or if there was a major explosion on one side, it wouldn't destroy the command center. So I think that was a great design on my part. Of course, now the ships I design are larger, so I don't have to worry about that as much, but I wanted something compact and still have a great deal of survivability. Back to the battle. Now, the thing about the railgun cruiser, it's entirely... Actually, yeah, I have shown this to you guys before. I do remember now. But it has no type of weaponry other than the 3 railguns. Its main defense, really, is the armor. And it does have shield generators to protect it from anything coming from the sides, but what really is going to pierce through, like, 10, 15 blocks of heavy armor? Nothing, really. So that shielding is kind of redundant, extraneous, sort of. Not necessary. Ooh, the scalpels are cutting through with their ion beams. Now, one thing I do have to mention, and I do realize that in order to keep the ship looking this way, on the outside, you couldn't have, like, heavy armor anywhere, otherwise it would change the pattern. But, let's see... the whole thing doesn't have any hallways, there's no heavy armor, so I feel that it would have been maybe smarter to include some kind of barriers inside so that, you know, cannon shells wouldn't go all the way across the ship. But I don't, it's not a major problem, and I do realize it's to maintain the exterior look of this thing, and it looks incredible. But like I said, the hulls for all these ships will be linked in the description down below if you want to go check them out. I'm not sure how developed they are on the inside. I don't think they're developed at all. That's what I heard. But you guys can go check them out. So let's also look at the damage being done to this command ship. Okay, this was Command 1. This is Command 2. The entire... Which side is what? Okay, this is the left side. The port side thrusters are all but destroyed. Starboard side is suffering a major hull breach right now. This gunboat is no more. Neither is this one or this one. So really, these Yeager Class ships are quite deadly, and this battle is a lot of fun. So let's continue watching it unfold. Look at all of the cannon rounds and laser fire and phaser fire going around. It's just it's incredible. Now, I don't think that they're going to be able to get a solid shot with these railguns on the entire side of this Yeager class because of these shields. Yeah, didn't even take the shields down. But look, this armor is helping to defend against enemy weapons fire getting inside. Plus, we do have all these shields around here protecting all three tubes. Now, I'm going to do the unthinkable and attempt to run this at half speed. It's mostly working, kind of. Now, something shot its way all the way through the side of this. Perhaps a railgun round actually made it through, or it could have been an ion beam. Or a really lucky cannon round, actually, because there's no real internal bulkheads. So perhaps a cannon round did make it all the way through. But it missed all the vital systems. Ooh, I think a railgun... Ooh, yikes, yeah! The railguns are doing damage. We are taking their shields down. But most of the Delta Fleet's forces are disabled. Now, we do have one support cruiser back here. This is a really weird shape for this cruiser. I tried to make it look cool, and it ended up just looking really odd. But it does do really good broadsides. As you can see, it does have many cannons. That's one thing I wanted to have. I wanted to have a mix of cannons and other technology. So we do have cannons, and then we have the ion beam in front. Whereas my command cruiser here, it has all sorts of things. It has cannons, it has lasers, it has missiles. It's kind of a jack-of-all-trades sort of thing. Come on, load the... There we go. They are breaking through the armor, but the shields are kind of... Never mind. They are not holding. We've lost our central railgun. And I believe we may lose left one as well. The right one still appears to be protected for the moment. But there is no shielding in front of it, actually. The shields stop right here. Oh, something just happened. Major damage. Oh, a torpedo found its way right in the center. We've lost all three railguns. This ship is now useless, except as maybe we could position it to shield other vessels. I'm not sure. This scalpel is still alive, even though the entire front has been destroyed. That was one of the things I wanted. I wanted survivability in these scalpel class ships, because they're entirely dedicated to protecting these two ion beams, and so the entire front was expendable. As a matter of fact, the front only has a couple shields, lots of armor, and it's dead. And some missile defense guns. Let's try this at full speed. Oh, we did break through the shield. Ion beams are... Nope, shield's back up. Like I said, the railguns are gone, so this ship is somewhat pointless to have right now. It's made to be used in conjunction with the fleet, as you saw here, and the hope would be that the ships would target the other vessels that were closer nearby, but as you can see, there aren't many vessels left to target. Now this ship, despite the fact it's lost virtually all of its maneuverability except for its forward and backward thrusters, it still has both of its command centers intact, but no weapons. It has lost its ability to fire on enemy targets, which is bad. And I was thinking of a design, I don't know if I'll do this, but I was thinking of potentially making a design that after you destroyed part of it, like let's say, if I pause here, let's say you destroyed this entire front part with the weapons array and engines, perhaps I could put another array of weapons on the inside here. And they couldn't shoot, as a rule, but if the outer hull of the ship were destroyed or ripped off or missing, they would finally have a clear shot, and you'd have a second array of weapons on the inside of the ship, so that once you thought you disarmed a vessel, if you destroyed it too much, it would begin firing on you again. So that is a thought that I've had, and I may incorporate that into a future design. I don't play Cosmoteer enough, though, to really devote much time to it. Because I go through phases where I'll play Cosmoteer a lot, and then I'll forget about it for a while, and then I'll come back to it. And I haven't really come back to it yet. I just really wanted to show you guys these Yeager Class vessels in combat, and they are so impressive. Look at the destruction. Actually, the one ship that is the most combat capable right now, other than the Yeager Class ships, obviously, is this support cruiser, and for some reason, they haven't been shooting at it. Look at all those shields. It's also one more thing. I wanted this ship to, instead of relying on armor, to rely on shield power, and I don't know if that was a good idea. But it seems to work somewhat well. Now I do have another ship out there that has a totally different design. I may have showed it to you in the past. It's a laser cruiser. It has no other weapons other than those red lasers that are on. Let's see, are there any of them still around on the... I don't think so. I'll show it to you guys in a few minutes. After this battle is over. Oh! The aft section of this engine pod just ripped away. Yeah, there really is nothing left of this railgun cruiser. You can see the cannons firing. And there goes the ion cannon briefly. The other... Oh! Anti-missile defenses are going... Whoa! Whoa! What just impacted on the side of that? Was that a torpedo? I'm not sure. It was so fast, but it punched right through the shields like the... Oh my gosh. They're punching through the shields like they are not even there. Now, one thing you'll notice, though, is that this Yeager Class ship does not have quantum phasers. They're just regular phasers. But as you can see, their torpedoes proved more than a match for that support cruiser. This ship has pretty much lost its ability to wage war. Is there still a... No, there's not a... Well, now there's definitely not a clear path to the one remaining turret. Any other weapon systems on the... Nope. Nope, yeah. That's the problem with the ships that I designed. They're so large that once you take out all the weapons, they lose their function. So that's why that multi-layered weapon design might be a thing to go for. And look, the scalpel is still alive and kicking. The armor is protecting it from those pulse weapons for the moment, although one torpedo and it's gone. Okay, yep, it just became useless as well. The ion weapons are destroyed. The support cruiser is gone. The only thing left alive is this command vessel, and this command vessel, and there's still a control room on this scalpel. Now, what is this? Was this one of that was another scalpel, SL scalpel. I tried to have designations on all my ships so I'd tell what the heck they were. I don't recall if I had any identifying markings on the railgun cruiser. I think I made it its own separate thing. Well, I think it's clear who won this battle, so I am going to... Look at that debris field. Yikes. I'm going to self-destruct everything on the map. Because that's never a bad idea. Oh, no, it was a bad idea. I'm trying to hit pause, I swear. Okay, I did pause it. As you can see, all of these blocks are now gone. Or almost gone. You can see it disappearing. Oh, the audio bugs. The audio bugs. There's just the general shapes of the ships left. Oh, that my computer's very sad. Very perturbed by that. And everything is gone. I mean, there are a few pieces of wreckage left, but that is it. One more vessel I want to show you that I designed that I may have shown it to you in the past, but I just wanted to bring it up again. It is the armored laser gunship. This thing, it's a bomb waiting to go off, really. It's crammed with reactors. But it has this gigantic armor plate up front, so any enemy railguns... Well, actually, I didn't design this thing when railguns were a thing yet, so it's not made for being defended against railguns. I'm pretty sure they get punched through this plate with relative ease, but ion beam weapons, lasers, cannon rounds, they are not going to get very far through this heavy armor. We also have a lot of shields overlapping, 4 arrays of lasers. So I have this little mini assault pod here. I do believe I've shown this to you in the past, but it's just so cool. I wanted to try it again. And for those of you who haven't seen it, well, it's just fun. It doesn't do that much damage, but it does sort of let out a flurry of laser fire that, well, it gets the job done. So, anyways, I'm going to close that out. So that was the Yeager class. I'll be experimenting more with these vessels in the future. Like I said, the hull designs will be in the description down below. The guy who created them did a fantastic job, and I will credit him in the description down. Thank you, Mr. Viewer, who sent me the designs. I do appreciate them greatly. You did a great job assigning weapons and shields and other internal systems. So thank you very much for that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of Cosmoteer. If you guys did, well then please be sure to leave it a like. And if you are not subscribed and you want to see more Cosmoteer, well then please subscribe, because I do plan to record more of this in the future. If for whatever reason you guys did not enjoy the video, I do apologize deeply for that, and I ask that you leave a comment in the comment section, and please let me know how I can better improve the quality of the next videos that I produce, so that hopefully you guys will find some entertainment in viewing them. As always, if you want to see any ship be designed by me, or any sort of battle scenario set up in this game, please let me know. I do believe one of you wanted me to create a Sovereign class. I will get on that soon. I just wanted to show you guys these vessels first, but I did read that comment, and I will get to designing new ships. So please, if you have an idea, let me know. This is my 1 Delta space station I made just because I could. These were originally autonomous ships, and, well, now they're not. They're their own little turrets. I think I've shown this to you in the past as well. So, yeah. The Yeager class. Very, very, very powerful enemy in Cosmoteer. I will definitely be throwing more stuff up against it in the future. As always, I am Foxtrot Delta, and I will see you next time.